Hello my dear students, welcome to DBMS and Software Engineering classes. My name is Chandra Mohan, working as an assistant professor in Government First Grade College, Karnataka. Subject is Database Management System and Software Engineering. This is for BSc 3rd Sem Computer Science students. In this session, we'll discuss about different types of keys and its definition. Okay. Let me start with the definition of super key. Okay. Super key, it's a key. It can be used to uniquely identify each row in a table. Okay. We know that in a relational database management system, the data is stored in the form of tables. Okay. Where each row in the table identify different entity. Okay, each row in a table will identify the different entity, okay, where each entity should be identified uniquely. Each entity should be uniquely identified. So we'll use a key called super key. Okay. See, this super key can be made up of single attributes or it can be made up of more than one attribute also. Okay. So but definitely this super key in each tuple or in each row is different. Okay. So super key present in one tuple, definitely it's not present in another tuple. Tuple we can say it's a row in a table, okay, where each row identify one particular entity. Okay. So super key is a key which is used to uniquely identify a row in a table, okay, where super key present in one row, definitely it's not present in another row. I mean totally it is different from the another super key. Okay. As I said, this super key can be made up of single attribute or it can be made up of more than one attribute also. Okay. The next one is candidate key. Okay. So we can say a candidate key is a minimal super key. Okay. So we know the definition of super key. Super key is a unique key which is made up of one or more attribute. Okay. Which is one or more attribute which is made up of more than one attribute. Okay. If I say candidate key, okay, we can say candidate key is a minimal super key. So what is this minimal super key means? Okay. As we know, super key can be made up of more than one attributes. Okay. If I remove any attribute from the super key, okay, if I remove any attribute from the super key, okay, after removal of that attribute from that super key, it won't be a super key anymore. Okay, it won't be a super key anymore. Okay, if it won't be a super key anymore, so that key can be considered as a candidate key. Okay, that key can be considered as what? Candidate key. Okay, assume that if the candidate key is made up of attribute like A and B. Okay, if a candidate key made up of attribute like A and B, if I remove the B from that super key, then only A cannot be a super key. Only A cannot be a super key. Okay. So A and B must be present in order to say it is super key. Okay. So that kind of super key can be called as candidate key. Okay. Candidate key means removal of any attribute from the super key will not be a super key anymore. Those kind of key can be considered as a candidate key. Okay. See, super key may be combination of more than one attribute. Okay. If I remove the one of the attribute from that super key, it may be a still super key, but it cannot be considered as a candidate key. Okay. If I remove the attribute from the super key and if it is become not a super key, okay, I mean if it is not a super key anymore, then those type of keys can be considered as a candidate key. Okay. So the major difference between the super key and candidate key is candidate key must be minimal. Okay, the candidate key must be minimal. Okay, I'll repeat. Super key is a key which is used to uniquely identify each row in a table. It can be made up of more than one attribute also. Okay, if I remove any one of the attribute from the super key and if it is not super key anymore after removal of those attributes, then those kind of super key can be called as candidate key. Okay, so candidate key has to be minimal. Okay, after knowing the definition of super key and candidate key, let's move on to the prime attributes. Okay, we know that even in the candidate key, it can contains more than one attribute. It can contains more than one attribute. Okay, the attributes which is part of a candidate key, the attributes which is part of a candidate key can be called as a prime attribute. The attribute which is part of a candidate key, I mean the attribute, the group of attributes which forming a candidate key, those attributes are called what? Prime attributes. Okay, there is another set of attributes, that is non-prime attributes. Okay, the attributes which is not part of a candidate key, the attribute which is not part of a candidate key, I mean which is not a member of the candidate key, those key can be considered as a non-prime attributes. Okay, prime attribute means the attribute which is part of a candidate key, okay, or which is a member of candidate key, then it is called a prime attribute. If it is not a member of a candidate key, then it can be called as a non-prime attribute. Okay. The next definition is primary key and secondary key. Okay. So, in a table or in a relation, there may be more than one candidate key can be present. Okay. For example, if I consider a person, okay, there are so many attributes can be used to identify that particular person. I mean there are so many unique values with respect to that particular person. Okay. In that case, for example, if I say Aadhaar card, okay, it's a unique value. If I say voter ID card, it's a unique value. Okay, or it's a social, if I consider a social security number, it can be also considered as a unique value. If I consider a PAN number, that is also unique value. Okay, so all these four values can be considered as a candidate keys. Okay, among those four values or among those candidate keys, okay, one key will be chosen as a primary key. Okay, one key will be chosen as what? Primary key. Okay, so the chosen candidate key is called a primary key. The chosen candidate key is called primary key. For example, among Aadhaar ID, PAN number, voter ID, if I choose Aadhaar ID as a primary key, the remaining two, okay, the remaining two, that is voter ID and PAN number, will be considered as a secondary key. Okay, will be considered as what? Secondary key, or we can also say it as an alternate key. Okay, so there may be n number of candidate key for a given entity. Okay. So, among those n number of candidate key, one key will be chosen as a primary key. Among those candidate key, one key will be chosen as primary key. Okay, that is used to uniquely identify that particular entity. The remaining candidate key will be considered as a secondary key, or it can also called as alternate key. The next one is foreign key. Okay, generally this foreign key, it is used to relate two tables. Okay, the values which is present in two different tables. Okay, so we can define foreign key something like this. Foreign key is the key which is present in one table and pointing to the primary key of another table. Okay, pointing to the primary key of another table. Okay, so foreign key is the key which is present in one table, but it's actually pointing or referring to the another table. Okay, generally the foreign key will be referring the primary key of another table. Okay. So, the table which containing the foreign key is called child table. The table where the foreign key is pointing or referring, okay, or where the primary key is present is called parent table. Okay. So, foreign key is the key which is used to link two tables. It present in one table and it is actually pointing to the primary key of another table. Okay. The table which is foreign key is present is called child table, and the table which is pointing to the primary key, that table is called parent table. Okay. So, in this today's session we understood what is super key, what is candidate key. After that we understood what is prime attributes and non-prime attribute, followed by we understood primary key, secondary key and foreign key. Thank you.